The question for the day is, are you a winner? Okay, are you a winner? And the reason why I asked that question is because I think a lot of people are confused about life. Okay? A lot of people don't understand life. A lot of people think, unfortunately, that life is about winning. And the truth is, that could not be any further from the fact if you looked at it. Life is about losing. Okay? Life is about losing. You're going to lose. You're going to lose your hair. You're going to lose your teeth. You're going to lose your good looks. You're going to lose mobility. And eventually, unless you figured out something I haven't figured out, you're going to lose your life. Okay? Life is about learning how to lose everything and everyone that you've ever loved and cared about, and learning how to do it gracefully. Life is a continuous cycle of small wins and losses. Let's help you with that. All right? Small losses and small wins, okay? But every day that I live, the more experience I get in this life, I'm more and more convinced that it's your mindset and your attitude and your approach in those wins, and especially those losses, that actually dictate whether or not you're a winner. All right? As a young child, I consider myself fortunate, right, to have experienced death of loved ones. And it put it on my mind. You know, like I told you guys all the time, my dad laughed on his deathbed and he said, "What, did you think this was going to last forever?" And a light bulb went off. Okay? It went off. This is life. It is what you do in between your losses, your attitude that you have when you lose, your perspective that you have when you lose, the amount of energy you come back to the table with when you lose, that will determine how long it will be before you win again. But trust and believe, you are going to lose. But what makes us great? What do we admire in people the most? We admire the comeback. We admire the guy who gets knocked down, the girl who gets knocked down, the people who, despite and in spite of everything that's happened to them, they rise. Everyone that's listening to me right now has lost something. The question is, are you going to let that fool you? Are you going to let that break you? Are you going to let that be the end of your story? Or after every single time you lose, you pick up your pen and you start writing a new story where you're the winner? You know, one of the things I'll tell people about, you know, I've taken losses in life, all right? I've lost marriages, I've lost marriage, not marriages. I've lost marriage, I've lost parents, I've lost friends, I've lost money, I've lost businesses. And every single loss that I've taken in life has made me better. Because every time I lose, every time I've been knocked down, counted out by some people, right? I come back better and I win bigger. Why? Mindset. I'm not deluded about life. I understand that's what life is. That's why I tell people, when you have a bad day, when something happens, you get betrayed, it's just your turn. It's just, life's not picking on you. Life is just doing what life does. Now the question is, what are you going to do? Are you going to be a winner? Are you going to get back up? Are you going to look for your opportunities, or are you going to look for all the reasons why you must stay down because somehow life is picking on you? Some of the greatest stories in our lives that we have seen are stories, really, if you take a look back at it, if you really step back, a story of loss. And then the triumphant rise after the loss. No one is considered great who hasn't ever lost. Okay? There's very little respect I have for a person that's never lost. Because you don't know what you have. You don't know the type of metal you have. You don't know the type of spirit you have until you have lost. And I'll tell you guys for a fact, losing, being down, has galvanized my spirit. I'm not afraid of anything. All right? Don't get me wrong. I mean, especially when you lose and you win, it is euphoric to win after a loss. So much so that, you know what, I actually laughed to myself. I was like, man, I wonder what would happen if I lost it all again. How would I come back? I don't fear losing. That is the mindset of a winner. And you have to acknowledge that. All right? You have to acknowledge that. Life is a series of losses. But it's that attitude and that mindset that you bring to life that will dictate whether or not you're going to be a winner. Right? And regardless of what we do, guess what? We don't make it out alive. But it is what we do while we're here. Take a look around you. One of my favorite losing stories right now, Mike Tyson. Love that guy. Okay? Literally came from nothing. 6th grade education. Right? Had all the reasons why he should not be. Had all the opportunities to quit. Some of them he put himself in, yes, of course. All right. People counted him out. Went to jail, came back, kept fighting, made more mistakes, retired from boxing. I think he had like $43 million in debt. Everybody talked about how stupid he was, having made all that money in boxing, and now look at him, dead broke, bankrupt, sold everything. Now about 20 years removed, maybe 15 years? Mike Tyson's worth more than he's ever been worth in his life, $400 and something million. That's a man that understands wins and losses. That's the man that understands life. That's a man that regardless of how many times he has lost, he has shown you what it is to be a winner. Consummate winner. There's something that happens to you. I always tell people this when a lot of times people don't gain really good perspective on life until life is over. Okay? It's amazing how clear someone speaks and thinks when they know they're about to die. Because the picture becomes very clear. I always tell people, having been in near-death situations, or situations where I basically should have been dead, gives you a new appreciation for life. You ever met somebody who almost died, or really, don't they act differently? You know why? Perspective. Perspective. You're more grateful for your life. You're more grateful for your opportunities. You tend to maximize those opportunities. It's usually the people who have faced the least that complain the most. I saw this quote one time about how much time does it take somebody to get over losing everything in war? Not much time at all. If you've ever been to real war, people who have lived in places where their entire houses bombed, you think they have time to sit there and worry about the stuff they lost? You get over that because you're happy to have your life. Perspective. You're going to lose. All right? You're not entitled to a good life. You're entitled to a life. And as a matter of fact, you want to make your life great? Show me what you got after you've lost. Show me what you got after you've been knocked down. Show me what you got after you've been betrayed. All right? How well can you love again after you've been betrayed? That makes you a winner. That makes you somebody special. Anybody can fold when they lose. I remember, back in the day, not to pick on the guy, but Roy Jones, everybody talking about Roy Jones, the greatest pound for pound fighter ever. Da, da, da. And all my life, I said, I'm not really impressed because he's never lost. He's never been knocked down. He's never really been hit. When he gets knocked down, when he gets rocked, when 1 minute you're standing there, you're on top of it, you're winning, and next thing you're looking up at the lights. Now, get back up and show me what you got. After you've ate that canvas, after life has cut you down, after you've been stabbed in the back, after you've lost everything that you put your identity into and all you're left with is you. What you have, your will to win. All right? Now, what do you have? Now, who are you? You see, people who actually understand those things, they're not very, once you understand life, you don't brag that much. Your attitude when you win is different than the people who don't really understand life. Okay? One of the most gracious guys in Hollywood, Keanu Reeves, read his story. You'll find out why he's so gracious. Early losses. Learning how to accept those losses. Learning to push forward. That's what your life is about. So if you're out there and you're struggling, you're taking losses, you're feeling like it's the end of the world, feeling like the world is picking on you, it's not, the world's not picking on you. That's just life. Okay? It's just your turn in your long series of losses to come. But opportunities for victories. Opportunities for triumph. I look at myself every day, what do? We get up there, we take care of our bodies, we eat healthy, and we show a good fight. I'd always say Father Time is undefeated. But I'm going to take his ass to overtime. You're going to remember I was here. You're going to see me fight. You're going to see me persevere. You're going to see me make the best of whatever I'm handed. And when I get knocked down again, right, either I'm going to die or I'm going to get up. And you're going to see me do it again and again. Because that is what life is about. That is what being a winner is about. And we are here to inspire people to win. We're here to inspire people to know that regardless of what you're going through, you have everything that is necessary to be a winner. All you have to do is try. Get up. Understand that you're not isolated. Understand the world's not picking on you. All right? Think about it. Even like, people who are trying to lose weight. What's impressive? A lot of people don't think. People are like, man, yeah, he's in good shape, right? But imagine, you haven't lost your health, and then you grind and you get it back. Those amazing transformation stories. Those are winners. They've won way more than I have, having just maintained my health. They lost it, and they go back and they grab it. Do you know how great of a feeling that is? You know how much you inspire people when you do that? That's why I like to share stories of people who have done that. Because it's way more inspiring to see people who have lost, who have come from the bottom and win, than see somebody who appears to have always been on top. People love to look at that sometimes, but if you really think about it, come on. When we see movies, don't we always fight and don't we always cheer for the underdog? Why? Because we're all underdogs in life. We are. It is that fight. It is that spirit. That's what makes us the winners. Even sometimes the underdog loses. But we walk away with a certain feeling about them. Why? Because the fight they put up. All right? We see people who are, broken down by cancer. And they lose their battle. But in between that time, the fight, and nothing lasts forever. All right. Some of the greatest things that we have seen in our lifetime, some of the biggest corporations, some of the richest people, some of the most popular people, what happened? Ultimately, they lose, they die. But they inspire people to come right behind them and do something greater. Why? Because they fought. Because they're winners. So ask yourself, are you going to be a winner? Are you a winner? And if you feel like you are, show the world what you got. Show the world what you got. One of my good friends right now, he partially inspired me to talk about this, and I urge you guys to go and check him out. Chef Eric Levine. I think what's his restaurant? I think 317 Main Street in Long Island. 4-time cancer survivor. 4 times. 4 times. Like, damn, man, 4 times. Okay? He's risen to the top of the mountain. He was on Chopped. He won Chopped. And last year he had, he was a pretty big guy. And over this year, guess what? He dedicated himself. Okay? And I think over the last, 4 months plus, and a little bit longer than that, he's lost 183 pounds. 183 pounds. Amazing. Victory, right? And just as soon as he did that, guess what happens? The other day, his gallbladder ruptures. I talked to the guy, and he's in great spirits. He says, it's not going to keep me down. I'll be out of the gym for about a week, but I'll be back. That's a winner. That's what life's about. It's not about folding every time something happens. He's had many opportunities to fold. Those are just the ones I know about. You think it's easy to get up every day trying to recover from cancer? Being 400 pounds plus, maybe? Or at least in the high 3s? No, he was easy 400 pounds. It's not easy. But he dedicated himself. And he proved to himself once again that he is a winner. And people like that inspire me. People like that inspire everyone in the world. It's not the people with the biggest followings. It's not the people who are celebrated the most. It's you. It's your story. It's how you refuse to give up, how you continue to fight. That's what you teach the people around you. That's what you teach your children. That's what you teach your friends. That's what you teach people walking by when they find out that in spite of all the things that have happened to you, you keep fighting, you keep rising, you keep swinging. Does he know when it's going to end? No. But one thing I can damn sure tell you is that he will fight until it ends. Someone says, where's his restaurant's in Long Island. I think it's 317 Main Street. I always get it wrong. I'm bad. But if you look, he's on Instagram. Chef Eric Levine. Yeah, Chef Eric. Yeah, Eric Levine. Levine. Eric Levine. E-R-I-C. Eric. All right. It's a shorter white guy, tattoos. Amazing human being. Example of a winner. All right? But that's what life is. You know? So ask yourself the question, are you a winner? All right? Are you a winner? Something to think about, right? Happy Thursday, guys. Have a fantastic Thursday, man. Enjoy your life. Enjoy the opportunities. Savor the wins. Don't dwell on the losses. All right? And keep pushing forward. Keep fighting. Because that's what we're supposed to do. That is what determines the quality of our life, the quality of our fight, the quality of our mindset.